Thank you HubSpot for sponsoring this video. What is OpenClaw? If you feel like you've missed the hype, don't worry, it's not too late to learn. OpenClaw is just an AI that can do things for you. But you might be thinking, isn't that just like ChatGPT? Well, not quite. Tools like ChatGPT and Claude are restricted to their own chat interface. You type in a prompt and it sends back a response. OpenClaw, on the other hand, runs on your machine and can do things like reply to emails, manage your calendar, and even check you in for flights. It's pretty powerful, and people are using it to handle all sorts of tasks. In fact, OpenClaw now has over 3 million active users, which is kind of insane. And so in this video, I'm going to explain what OpenClaw actually is, some examples of how you can use it to make your life easier, and how to actually get started with it. Make sure you watch all the way through, because I'll also be sharing some things you'll need to be careful with when using OpenClaw. Alright, let's get into it. So first things first, let's make sure you understand what OpenClaw really is. OpenClaw is an open source AI agent that can run inside of your own machine or server. It acts as an assistant that's available 24/7, and you can talk to it through apps you already use. For example, WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, and even iMessage. You can just ask it to do something and it goes off and performs the tasks for you. Now, as I've said earlier, the biggest difference between OpenClaw compared to something like ChatGPT is that it's not restricted to just your chat interface. For example, let's say you need to book a budget hotel in Paris. You could ask ChatGPT to research the most affordable hotels and find the best ones. But with OpenClaw, it can not only do all the research, but actually select one for you and make a booking on your behalf. Now, here's the thing. OpenClaw comes with persistent memory, which means it remembers everything about you. Your preferences, your context, and the sessions you have with it. And because OpenClaw is running on your machine, it can interact with everything, from your files to your calendar and inbox, just like if you hired a virtual assistant to make your life easier. Now, speaking of digital assistants, if you want to build your own AI agent, I'd recommend checking out this completely free Build Your First AI Agents course. It gives you access to 18 hands-on videos where you'll learn to build real agents from scratch on N8N, Make, and Chatbase. There's step-by-step walkthroughs, copy and paste prompts, and a repeatable framework you can apply to any agent. Pretty cool, right? My favorite section is where they walked me through how to turn YouTube video scripts into LinkedIn posts and short-form video automatically. It's honestly saved me many hours of manual effort. And so if you're interested in building your own AI agent, I've left a link to the course in the description below. Thanks again HubSpot for partnering with me on this video. Okay, going back to OpenClaw, let me share with you a few really cool examples of what it's helped people achieve. The first is using it to build a second brain. This user built an AI assistant with OpenClaw that helps her build up memory as she chats with it. The memory then gets shared across agents like Codex and Cursor, which is really useful because she no longer has to repeat details about herself every time she uses a different AI tool. The next example is using OpenClaw to build a personal development dashboard. This user connected data from his fitness band to create a cool interface where he can see a summary of how he's progressing with his daily habits. And the third example, which is my favorite, is using OpenClaw to buy a car. This third developer actually let his AI agent go off on its own and negotiate a car purchase over email. It actually managed to talk the price down by over $4,000, and he barely had to do anything, just showed up and signed the deal. All three examples follow the same pattern. Anything repetitive and manual inside of your laptop can be handed to OpenClaw. Alright, at this point you might be getting excited and wondering how you can actually get started with OpenClaw. And trust me, it's actually very easy. You can have it up and running within 10 minutes. In fact, all you need are these two things: a machine to run it on, whether that be your laptop or a virtual server, and an API key from an AI provider like Claude, OpenAI, or Gemini. Gemini's free tier is a great way to start without spending anything. The next step is just to run one command on your terminal. This one's for Windows and this one's for Mac and Linux. I'll link the setup instructions in the description below. But yeah, once you follow the instructions on the screen and set it up, you're good to go. You can select a channel for you to communicate to OpenClaw with, such as Telegram, or you can choose to talk with it straight on the web UI, just like with ChatGPT. And that's it. I'll let you play around with it and see if you can set up your first simple task with OpenClaw. Let me know in the comments though if you'd like me to share a more detailed tutorial in a future video. Now, before I let you go and start connecting OpenClaw to your own computer files, let's talk about some things you'll need to be careful with. The first is malicious skills. OpenClaw lets you add community skills from a marketplace called Claude Hub. However, researchers found that 12% of them were malicious, built to quietly steal your crypto wallets, passwords, and logins. So ideally, I'd recommend building your own skills within OpenClaw so that you understand how it works inside out. The The next risk is exposed agents. Loads of people accidentally leave their agents running open on the internet because of the default settings. This means a stranger could reach in and control it, so remember to keep yours locked in your machine or in your server. And thirdly, be aware of prompt injections. These are cyber attacks that trick AI models into ignoring their own safety rules or developer instructions. Because your agent reads web pages and emails, someone can hide secret notes inside. There was a bug called clawjacked that lets websites take over agents silently. It's patched now, thankfully, but something to be careful of. Microsoft put it quite bluntly: treat OpenClaw like untrusted code with persistent credentials. My suggestion is to run your setup with a VPS, which is just a small cloud server that you can rent for a few dollars a month. That way, it's kept completely separate from your own local machine. Alright, this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you now have a clear understanding of what OpenClaw is and how to get started with it. Please give this video a like if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now!